Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This has been annoyingly postponed, but I got done this month finally, and that is the explosive Shuriken ring. This is a wonderful tale I'm going to regale you all with. I'm going to try not to swear because I usually upload these first on YouTube and then I mirror them to ModDB. Anyways, basically, this is an entirely different mesh that is meant to be animated exactly the same as the original Shuriken ring, and it allows you to swap out the skin between what type of Shuriken is currently on the ring. This has been a concept for nearly a decade at this point, and it has just been through development hell, like a lot of things lately, actually. But the good news is we're finally clear of this snag. I'll demonstrate this in a moment, but first I gotta tell you the story. The story is, first, it was like, okay, I want to do this, but this is too many colors for the 2.49b method. So then we migrate to the 2.8, the 2.6 Python method. But then 2.82 Blender, we end up working with this stuff. And wow, we got all this stuff. We learned the method after a couple years messing around with it, and now I know for sure how to do this perfectly and accurately, and UV map it and everything. So now we have one skin for each whole shuriken, and it allows us to do multiple colors per each index, which is amazing and really should have been there in the first place. But unfortunately, tools at the time were limited, and I didn't feel like pirating 3ds Max. Unfortunately, I do have morals, for better or worse. In any case, I got this, and I painstakingly animated over the 2.6 model and 2.82, and I did every frame exactly the same. And this is such a particular and finagly mesh. This took a bunch of time and effort, but I chiseled away at it over the course of a couple of weeks and got it done. Cool. Got that done, and then I import it, and oh my goodness, everything has gone wrong. The skins are wrong. The mesh is perverting itself during certain sequences. The scaling is wrong. The rotation is wrong. What the hell just happened here, right? So I ended up doing some work with it, and yeah, it turns out me accidentally deleting keyframes of one name and then making a new keyframe with the same name corrupted it in the file, so it forgot they existed. Oopsies. So I went and made a new keyframe. New keyframes for the shape keys I had created, and that fixed the issue of it marring during certain animation sequences. And then I also had to create a better basis frame so it wouldn't mar during certain other sequences because I wasn't quite on basis. I was very close to basis, but not quite. And then the skins were wrong because I forgot to UV map it and all that finagly animation work I had to do. Then after that, it was having scaling issues for reasons I still cannot quantify, but I was able to pin it down to 6.25% being the actual needed scale. Scaling was radically different. I have cross-checked the methods between blenders, and between two versions, scaling is identical, so I don't know what the hell happened, frankly, to this day. And then the rotation, something else happened. I think I rotated the interior contents of the model without rotating the model itself, or perhaps vice versa. So when I had it aligned with the 2.6 model, it was actually rotated wrong the entire time. So it imported with the wrong rotation, which is incredible. I just love that. That makes my day so much better. In any case, finally messed around, and it was like, oh no, the worst part. I'm realizing now I accidentally made this a left-handed model, not a right-handed model. If this is a right-handed model, air quotes, I guess it's a little confusing, best time it looks. But, oops, I scaled the entire thing backwards on the y-axis, and I didn't realize because that appears to be some sort of a defect from blenders, or maybe I was always importing it backwards. I'm not sure. Oh, crap, though. No, the entire thing's animated backwards. It's mirrored. And what are you supposed to do? Because if you import it with inverse on that scale, it flips the faces inside out, and we don't double face everything anymore for performance reasons, and because we learned how the hell to check backface culling. Also, if I try to just invert the shape keys themselves, it won't work because shape keys are really freaking particular and won't like me just trying to change the base scaling. So, what was I going to do? Well, so first things first, I fixed the mirroring issue by setting unmirror flag on Unreal, which allows you to flip the y-axis without turning the faces inside out because Unreal naturally mirrors everything on the y-axis. Problem is, though, it turns out due to the rotation offsets, my y-axis in Blender was actually the x-axis on import. So I set y-axis to -1 and x-axis to -1, inverting the mesh 2 times, counteracting the unmirrors effect on y-axis, and then properly flipping the x-axis while perfectly keeping the face direction. Great, that's awesome. Now we have to figure out what the hell we're doing with the rotation. And yeah, I had to do like 3 different rotation axes at like the most annoying, insufferable amounts of rotation. But after an entire month of extra technical snags, postponing everything, we are finally here at last, and I am so glad to be able to say that. This has been just a huge pain in the ass, and with this, I think this marks the arsenal being complete. So I'm going to demonstrate this briefly. So the base concept is really, it's just the same thing. The last shot looks a little funky because it disappears for a fraction of a second. I'm not sure entirely what causes that, but it does drive me a certain bit crazy. But what we can also do is we can just change to normal Shuriken rounds. Wowee, and now it's normal Shurikens in the exact same time we have the weapon raised. Go back. Look at that. So the tweening on this is still a nightmare because I ignored how the engine tweens and thought I could cheat it. I could not cheat it enough. It still looks terrible. But it's a fun idea for weapons. I guess I'm going to have to call it good enough. I am a perfectionist, and this is certainly the type of thing perfectionists will cry about endlessly. But for now, I guess it's fine. And something just happened to my game. Oopsies. Well, in any case, I'm not sure what I broke with the render code. We'll look into that in a minute. But anyways, that's it for now. I hope this has been our Spotlight in Development Hell. Lets you know the arsenal is done, and I'm going back to mapping practice after this. And with mapping practice taken care of, we are going to be hopefully getting the show on the road once I get enough practice under my belt and I understand what I'm doing with the map editor a lot better. Anyways, catch you on the flip side.